Can you tell me a bit about the story?
Well, it's a priest, a monk and a nun go on a journey from Bruges to Donegal to St Patrick's Purgatory, which is known as Loch Derg to the Irish. And yeah, it's a road trip. Done a few road movies now. So the key to doing road movies is getting a vehicle which is big enough that lets the light in. And so the vehicle we had this time was a people carrier, so there's loads of room. And of course, on a road movie you have to keep the crew small, because if you don't, you just end up, it takes forever.
How did you work with the actors on that film?
Well, they were cast 3 years before we started making it. So we've been kind of talking about it, and then I was working on a much larger project, and that took up 2 years of my time. So at the end of that, when that project didn't happen, I thought, let's just go and make this now. It's time to come.
I'm Chris Bearne, and I'm playing Father Fred, a monk.
My name is Maurice Byrne, and I play the role of Father John.
Susie, I know you're really busy, but I wondered if I could actually speak to you while you get your hair done. I hope that's all right.
And just to point out that Gina's doing my hair now in a plait, and that goes under my habit because obviously I'm playing a nun in this film.
Okay, right. Thanks for the warning ahead of time. We'll await the transformation in a minute.
Action.
Oh My God, which was an absolute gift. If you can imagine a combination of road movie, buddy movie, eternal triangle movie, travelogue, study of comparative religions, and a number of other factors as well, that was Oh My God. A road movie that began in Bruges, ended up in North Donegal at St Patrick's Purgatory, a place of which I'd never heard before, let alone that it was a place of pilgrimage. Anyway, the premise was 3 damaged clerics, a nun, priest and a vicar, which is always a good start for a story, making their way at the behest of the Bishop of Brussels to purge their various problems on the pilgrimage to St Patrick's Purgatory, which took us across from Belgium, all across England, through Avebury Circle, then through Lampeter, over the Irish Sea, way up through Ireland, and then we wound up in Donegal, which was also a great place to film.
Father John is an interesting priest in that he's a bit of a ladies' man. He got more an eye for the ladies than, and I suppose the ladies I wouldn't say have an eye for him, but he likes women, he likes the company of women, and so he's a little bit of a challenged priest from that point of view.
My character, Sister Eliza, has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer. In my character's backstory, she's had surgery to remove some of that cancer and is about to start a course of chemotherapy. And in the gap between the surgery and the chemotherapy, she's gone on this pilgrimage. But the effect of that on her is that she's suffering a crisis of faith. She feels abandoned by God. She is very keen to do the good work that she does as a nun, helping people. And she's frustrated that work might cease because she may be taken by the cancer. So she's afraid, she's scared.
What gave you the idea to do a film about 3 people on a pilgrimage?
Well, I'd had the idea for a while. First came up with the idea about 4 years ago, and when things were a bit tough, and I thought, how can I make a film which is low cost, but is still going to be interesting? That was the hard bit, making it interesting. So I thought, okay, 1 actor, 1 costume, and then I thought, the sound recorders, sometimes that's one of the bigger costs on a film. I thought, how can I do without sound recorders? So I thought, why don't I have a nun who's the one outfit, and she has a vow of silence, And then I thought audiences wouldn't be interested in that. So it took me about 3 years to work through a story that was perhaps a wee bit more engaging.
My name is Joe Rainbow. Robbie approached me quite last minute about a week before the shoot and just asked if I'd come along and help him out. He didn't really explain exactly what I'd be doing, but yeah, I seem to be doing a bit of everything really. Bit of help on the camera, help on the sound, running around like a headless chicken most of the time, getting bits and bobs, driving to get food, all types, doing the clapperboard, everything.
My name is Gina Ford Gallagher. I'm the makeup artist on OMG. We've got a couple of scenes to shoot and Susie's supposed to look a bit ill. So I've kind of done some shading around her eyes and she's taken a paler foundation than normal.
My name is Brian Howell. I'm sound recordist on Oh My God. I love working on Robbie Moffat's films, low budget films. It's just a challenge. You have to work so fast. You don't get second chances. It's an adrenaline rush. The technical challenge is the same as it is on any job, just that you don't have time. So you've got to just run, fly and try and get what you can. I like him as a person, and the first time I worked with him it was quite difficult because I didn't know his style of filmmaking. But by now I know how he films things, I know how he thinks, I know what he's looking for, and it makes it much easier that we're a unit that understand each other.
Do you find that it's easier to work in a lower budget or harder?
I think it's always easier if you've got money, you know. It's not harder. You know, the more money you get, the easier it should be, because it maybe takes longer to make it the more money you get, because you have to organise a lot more people. And because you organise a lot more people, then it takes longer to get the stuff in the can. That's all. No, money helps.
Is there anything in particular about Oh My God that you feel you want to say as both a writer and director? Do you think it will have a particular connection with people today?
Yeah, I think I met a lot of people in my life who are scared of religion. Well, they get religion late, they become Buddhists, or a lot of people turn into Mohammedanism at the moment. But really, I had a Christian upbringing in that sense, from about the age of 6 to 16. So I was never scared of religion. Then going to India when I was late teens and experience other religions, it kind of opens up the horizon. But a lot of people are scared of religion. They blame religion for the world's problems. Well, I blame individuals for the world's problems, because each individual has their own view on life. So I think it's also to show that Christians struggle with their faith as well as individuals. Because what does an individual really know? Not a lot, you know. You only know what you know. You don't know what you don't know. Right?
Do you think that people of faith are kind of getting a fair representation in the press and media at the moment?
I think it's very mixed at the moment. I think sort of the younger generation and what the younger generation of people who are religious are going through is so different. So I think it's kind of been changing a lot. I think there's less understanding actually now than there used to be of religion. I think that's probably why there is some unfair representation of people who do believe in God or who are religious.
Do you think this film will help in that or make it worse? Depending on what your opinion is.
I think it'll actually help because I think it shows sort of a light-hearted side of it, and it also explains quite a few things as well. Especially the scene I've got with Suzanne and what my character's going through, the sort of crisis that she's going through, and the questions that she needs answering, which is kind of questioning her faith as well.
I think it's very inevitable that people will have doubts, people of faith will have doubts as their life progresses and as they witness different things. So a character that is a man or girl of the cloth it doesn't surprise me that they have doubts. In this film, there is reconciliation with faith. It's still questionable whether that will endure with the characters, but I think it's a very human thing, and it's a very honest thing to approach.
I wonder if filming Oh My God was the biggest challenge I ever faced as a movie actor. I don't think so, actually. There's always that thing when you're in a film of seeing other aspects of yourself. And I think probably Father Fred was probably quite a lot of me in him. I'm not actually a pot smoker, but I could very easily become one. And I think just being out on the lam in a broken down old dormobile, just going, you know not where next. I think that would be part of me in another life, yeah.
In terms of a priest losing his faith, again, what can I say? If I look at my character, did my character become a priest? I'd say rather than lose his faith, I think Father John is a crisis of faith.
Each of the characters have their own complex crisis of faith to battle with. And I think that often they're quite consumed in what's going on for themselves. My character doesn't reveal to one of the other characters that she's suffering with cancer until a little later on in the film, but it does certainly have an impact upon them.
We stopped outside a shop to get some rolls for lunch, and a real priest came over and shook Father John's hand and said, "Hello, Father." And straight away our acting priest, John, had to say, "I'm not a priest."
I thought the cast and crew in this film were fun to be with, and so well done, guys. Thanks for having me.
Pilgrims marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. At the sign of triumph, Satan's host doth flee. On then, Christian pilgrims, on to victory. Hell's foundations quiver at the shout of praise. Brothers, lift your voices, loud your anthems raise.